Energy Engineering Lab. Redwood Viscometer. Viscosity: a quantity expressing the magnitude of internal friction in a fluid, as measured by the force per unit area, resisting uniform flow. It is the property of a fluid that determines its resistance to flow. It is an indicator of the flow ability of a lubricating oil. The lowest the viscosity, greater the flow ability. It's mainly due to the forces of cohesion between the molecules of lubricating oil. There are two types of viscosity. Kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity of the fluid is equal to the ratio of dynamic viscosity and the density of the fluid. The unit of the kinematic viscosity is meter second per square. Dynamic viscosity. Dynamic viscosity of the fluid is the tangential force on the unit area of either of two parallel planes at unit distance apart. When the space between the plates is filled with the fluid and one of the plate moves relative to the other with unit velocity in its own plane, the unit of the dynamic viscosity is dyne second per centimeter square. What is a viscometer? A viscometer is an instrument used to measure the viscosity of a fluid. Viscometers only measures under one flow conditions. Apparatus of Redwood viscometer. Thermometer display. Oil in chamber. Water in jacket. Beaker for oil. Experimental procedure. Step 1 is clean the oil cup with a suitable solvent thoroughly and dry it using soft tissue paper. Step 2 is keep the ball valve in its position so as to keep the orifice closed. Step 3 is the water is taken into the water bath and the oil whose viscosity is to be determined is taken into the oil cup up to the mark. Step 4 is note down the time taken in Redwood seconds for a collection of 50 cubic centimeter of the oil with a stopwatch at the room temperature without supply of electric. Step 5 is heat the bath and continuously stir it. Step 6 is when the desired temperature is reached, place the cleaned 50 cubic centimeter flask below the orifice in position. Step 7 is remove the ball valve and start a stopwatch. Note the time of collection of oil up to the 50 cubic centimeter mark. Step 8 is during the collection of the oil don't stir the bath. Repeat the procedure at various temperatures. Observation and calculation. Here we have the table of observation and calculations. The first graph is between the temperature versus kinematic viscosity. As the temperature increases, the kinematic viscosity decreases. The second graph is between the temperature versus absolute viscosity. As the temperature increases, the absolute viscosity is also decreases.